Engineer Jeff, keeping it fun on the rejoiners for us. A little round of applause for a buddy in the booth.
Yeah.
Making it fun for Truth Nation.
Got a subliminal message
Absolutely,
that he's ready to
man.
beat it.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
He's saying wrap it up quick. Hey, gang. Thanks for hanging out with us. This is a show about what we got right, what we got wrong in 2016. If you missed those two, that might be a good little harbinger. The truth, ding. Give myself points, too. Is that cool?
That's all right, man.
For what we can learn and collateralize to move forward to make sure we get our 2017s correct. If we're looking to buy, we're looking to sell, or we're looking to get our name on some good new money. The wrap-up of bowl predictions for 2017, I'd like to lead this one off with finally some really good news. For as long as I can remember, I feel like every story... Was that like a comforting breath? Like we're on the fireside there?
Feels like it's going to get sweet
Tell
right
me.
now. Uh-huh.
Got my hot Coke over here.
That the jobs in the county were always kind of a bummer. You know, like no one could afford what they were doing here, and you were here kind of for the sunshine, and you were a student, and gosh darn it, you couldn't make it work, so you had to move out, and you're hoping to come back sometime and move your family back because the jobs was just kind of a downer. Well, guess what, gang? Things done changed in the job market. We are now actually leading the recovery locally, meaning, I mean like regionally actually, for SoCal counties. Matter of fact, leaving them in the dust for job report. So if you look back over the last handful of years, we've been steadily digging out of the big bust, which is almost like a cliff dive off on jobs. Passed it up quite a long time ago, and now actually year over year, 3% up from this time last year. There's actually 1.5 million reporting for payroll employment right now. And that's saying a lot because, Craig, you made this point in the last segment about 30% of San Diego self-employed.
Yep.
So what say you guys about the jobs?
Well, that's always a big driver for homes, right? And
if not the biggest.
Right. And so you talk about people needing a place to stay. They want to live where they work. And that's not always necessarily going to be in a sprawling environment. So you could see potentially new home builds. You can see resale values that could push value, just like what we were talking about earlier. Man,
the new home builds, we didn't even get into that, Greggles. But I'm telling you, man, the new home build is an interesting thing because of the premium it takes to get in. And the zero lot lines, just because the dirt's so gosh darn expensive.
Yeah.
You know,
reach out, touch your neighbor.
That's what I'm saying, man. Yeah. You know, we help clients with this all the time, where it's like everybody shows up into the office saying new build, you know, with their trumpets, and then you get out there and you're like, this is the new build, and you end up kind of relegating yourself probably back to a resale, and maybe with a $100,000 budget to do the little mini flip yourself. But what do you think about the jobs, or maybe even another bold prediction if you move the conversation forward?
You know what? I think San Diego has a lot more resiliency than a lot of the other employment markets. I mean, we got tech, we got pharma, we got biotech, we've got military, and we got all the, sort of the military complex that supports the military. So
defense contractors.
On top of that, we got tourism. I mean, those factors are pretty huge. So it's not a surprise to see that big spike up in employment comparatively to other areas.
We got beer.
Oh, absolutely. Micro beer? We're killing
it's coming up. No, we've always been carried on the shoulders of defense and tourism. There's no question about it. But what do you think that's going to mean for our market moving forward? Do you think it's just, again, another harbinger of confidence, of buyer confidence?
I think it's going to support the real estate market in San Diego, and I think that we're going to continue to see prices go up. The underpinnings of this market right now, we don't have all the shady loan programs, the option arms, that stated income stuff. So there's a lot of the base of this market is really solid, and I think with an increasing employment industry here, that it's going to really support a lot more home buyers.
Fair enough. Jared, what do you got?
I think that I've got a little double-double here. I think the current administration, you got something? Current administration is going to roll back some of the more strict guidelines. I feel like it's building up.
Yeah.
Boom. The current strict guidelines around mortgages and mortgages are going to become easier to do.
Yeah.
And they're going to be faster and smoother than ever, which is going to be just a great relief for consumers and the buying process and the refinances in general. I think that might lead to an ease in rates and a more streamlined process. My second prediction is that we're going to see a resurgence in reverse mortgages. We just had a bump in the maximum reverse mortgage loan amount. So we're going to see people, Craig, you brought this up earlier, that you can now buy a home with a reverse mortgage. And a lot of people are now revisiting the concept of what it means to use a reverse mortgage as you want to stay in place as you age rather than going into a facility. So
those are complicated things, though, man. Yeah, you need someone to kind of walk you through. Because would you also agree that's kind of it's almost kind of a little bit of a dangerous product, because if it's kind of done weird or whatever, it could be not a good thing.
What the best thing that happened was it got opened up to a lot more institutions to be able to offer it. So a few years ago we couldn't.
Winkler.
That's right.
Yeah.
And a few years ago we couldn't offer those types of products. And so with the ability of more institutions to be able to offer them comes an open market.
Okay, good. So maybe some opening up of some purse strings, maybe even some new programs and stuff that the baby boomers, baby booners,
you just said.
Yeah, they might be able to use that. The boomers also might appreciate that too.
Yeah.
Booner is a smaller subsect of the boomer. They're a little bit more go-getter. They go to the gym every day. Craig, what say you? Bold predictions. Wrap it up.
You know what? I'll just dovetail into that. And the reverse mortgage purchase program, I think, is going to be more utilized. We got a lot of people that might be empty nesters and be sitting on a 4-bedroom, 2-bath home. Don't want to take care of the yard anymore. Maybe move closer to the beach. I have a scenario where I had one person exactly like that, where they wanted to get closer, buy a condo, sold their house out in El Cajon, got $650 for it, bought a condo down near the beach, Mission Valley, and picked that up for about $400,000. Based on their age and the calculation that's done with the reverse mortgage purchase, they only had to come in with $210,000 for that purchase, and they were able to pocket the rest of the money from the sale and had about $400,000 plus in the bank, and they had no mortgage payment whatsoever on the condo that they purchased. So it's an incredible product. It's not for everybody, but that's why you need somebody that's very familiar with the product, both on the loan side and in the real estate negotiations that can help you.
That's an important part too. So it sounds like you guys are both really bullish on that kind of specialized product. Maybe it's coming into its own. I'll lead off with this. I think that it's kind of more of a 30,000-foot prediction for 2017 and maybe even forward. But I'm watching the market change right before our eyes, where you could even make an argument that since the beginning of time, real estate was kind of all sort of one-dimensional. And I think that as we get technology kind of into the play, it's going to weed out a lot of the folks who you might consider shouldn't be there in the first place. So with increased technology, maybe reduced incompetence, if you know what I mean, and make this a more specialized conversation that people can actually enjoy, because they have more control over, not just in the real estate game, but also in the mortgage game as well. And I love the fact that for millennials out there right now, if you heard any of this message about rents or you're trying to get in the market right now, we are the home of the first-time buyer. So come check us out, thegreenhousegroupinc.com. Look up any three of us. We'd love to be able to help you. And thank you, gang, for hanging out with another dose of the truth. We'll be back for the new year. This was our 100th episode, by the way, so thanks guys for hanging out.
Thanks, Jesse. That was fun.
All right, you guys.
Thanks, Jess.
Have a great holiday.
All right.